Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 254th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So somehow I basically ended up Mandela affecting myself into believing I'd already covered the West Coast Titan Ice-T twice before on the channel, but at the time of posting this video, I've only done a review for his sophomore LP, 1988's Power, so I'm honestly not too sure where I even got the impression I had talked about Rhyme Pays, which of course was his debut album from the year prior in '87. There's a couple of super dope releases that Ice-T dropped in the years that followed, like 1989's The Iceberg / Freedom of Speech, Just Watch What You Say, or 1993's Home Invasion. But in between those two projects, we received what I and many other people consider to be Ice-T's magnum opus, 1991's OG Original Gangster. The music this veteran has crafted throughout his astounding career as a rapper, actor, and general hip-hop personality was unarguably pretty grimy right from the get-go, with Ice-T keeping an ear pretty close to the streets right from his debut. But I feel like it was on his third album, 1989's The Iceberg / Freedom of Speech, where you can definitely begin to sense him getting closer to that hardcore and grimy, yet dark and occasionally ominous sound that he would perfect on Original Gangster. However, Ice-T's fourth LP here was just one of many influential albums in the wave of early 90s West Coast gangster rap that started taking the world by storm around 1991, 92, and 93. If I tried to name all the quality releases in this category from those years, so instead I'm just going to give a mix of iconic California hip-hop gangster rap LPs, along with ones I personally love, like Death Certificate or The Predator from the other Ice Cube, Quick is the Name by DJ Quick, Cypress Hill's self-titled debut, Tupac's first two albums, NWA's E-Phil for Zaggin, Compton's Most Wanted with Music to Drive By, Above the Law's Black Mafia Life, Eazy-E's It's On Dr. Dre 187 Killa, and of course The Chronic by Dr. Dre and Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. Though those last two I feel kinda go without saying at this point, though I did say them. I'm pretty sure Ice-T debuted before every single artist I just named, so it's insanely commendable that he was able to hold his head above the water during the changing of the guard that happened from the late 80s going into the early 90s, because a lot of the MCs or groups who also dropped their first album in 1987 were already losing relevancy and steam by the end of the decade. Many of those acts had all but completely fallen off the map by the time gangster rap and G-Funk hit, so it's just crazy for T to thrive and put out one of the densest and most intense LPs of the year, then go on to help break the door down for rappers getting a shot at acting roles. He may not necessarily be Daniel Day-Lewis or the elevator guy from the Hudsucker Proxy when it comes to his career on the big and small screen, but he's still a part of cinema history just for his major role as that detective guy who goes undercover in New Jack City, a movie which had Ice do the lead single for the soundtrack, the appropriately titled New Jack Hustler Nino's Theme, a song which actually shows up on OG Original Gangster here. I also feel like this LP manages to pull inspiration from heavy metal and other subgenres of rock music in a dope way, and while that sound inevitably hasn't aged that well, like virtually all other late 80s, early 90s rock rap crossovers, I think there's definitely some exceptions on here, where the use of guitar to create a dark atmosphere really pays off. On the other end of the spectrum, one of the many humorous and personality-filled moments I love on this thing comes on the track Fried Chicken, which is really more like a skit for all intents and purposes, considering it's only 1 minute long, and Ice-T's rapping cuts out just before the 30-second mark. But still, I actually really fuck with the small set of bars we do get from Ice on this interlude of sorts, so I thought those would be some fun lines to share. But before he even starts rapping, he hilariously says, "Yo mama got 2 feet growing out of her titties. Bitch fell down and kept running." Which doesn't seem to really have any context or relation to anything else going on here, which is part of why it's so funny to me. Anyway, back to the actual rapping on the track. T plants some gems using the small time he was given, saying, "Off to the studio late night, time to cut another track, it's gotta be hype. Got my rhyme book in hand, a blue loose leaf. Anybody move on that, they get loose teeth. Evil's got the funky beat, a stupid dope loop, but the record's kind of old. What are we gonna do, troop? We gotta clean it up, cause it's so dope. Tried the rubbing alcohol, even the ivory soap. But no matter what we do, the record keeps clicking. Fuck it, yo E, give me some of that damn fried chicken." When it comes to the killer production on here, a number of names contributed, including Africa Islam, DJ Aladdin, Sledge the Roughage, Bilal Bashir, Beatmaster V, and Nat the Cat. We also get guest appearances from artists like Body Count, Prince Whipper Whip, Donald D, Evil E, and Randy Mack. For honorable mentions on this West Coast classic, I want to shout out tracks like Home of the Body Bag, Mic Contract, Mind Over Matter, the title track, Lifestyles of the Rich and Infamous, Body Count, Pulse of the Rhymes, Bitches 2, and Escape from the Killing Fields. Then for my top 3 overall, I think I would have to go with New Jack Hustler or Nino's Theme, Midnight, and The Tower. Thank you for watching my 254th video. Next up we have one of the most iconic duos in hip-hop, who fortunately still remain close friends to this day, so look out for that one, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite moments of Ice-T's masterpiece here are. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.